Why the hell did nobody tell me that I would absolutely love the crap out of this movie? Oh my god, so I'm late to the game. But I watched this movie called, well, you've read the title, Braindead / Dead Alive. I'm not quite sure what the movie's called, if I'm being honest, which is probably a bad sign when you're doing a review. That's pretty much one of the only requirements, really, that I need to know. No, but it's called Braindead everywhere in the world, I'm pretty sure, including Australia, but it's called Dead Alive in America. So if you're American and you're watching this, it's called Dead Alive for you. It's called Braindead for us, and for, I think, most other countries. Not sure. Research. Who needs it? Point is, Braindead, as I'll be calling it from now on, is directed by Peter Jackson in 1992 before he really got big. And this is the most insane movie I've maybe ever seen. Like, I was expecting a bit of zaniness, I was expecting some over-the-top stuff, but I was not prepared for this. Supposedly, like, the big draw card, the thing that got me wanting to watch it was that it's apparently the bloodiest film of all time. Like, in terms of actual liters of, like, fake blood used, it's the bloodiest film of all time. Like, it's got the most guts and blood and all that kind of stuff. And, like, with that promise, how could I not watch it? Like, I had to. It's a movie that I had actually been meaning to see for quite a long time, just because, you know, I'm kind of a stand for the zombie genre a little bit, especially when it comes to the comedic side of zombies and horror in general. I'm so in for that kind of stuff. But in saying that, like, yeah, so this movie is super bloody, but it's not, like, scary in the slightest, and it's not trying to be. Like, it's way, way over the top. It's the silliest shit you've ever seen. And the end of this movie in particular is absolutely spectacular. It blew me away. I'm not even, like, I was surprised that they were allowed to make a movie that was like this, I suppose, because it is not one for mainstream audiences. This is a weird fucking movie, and you get that right off the bat, right from the start, where there's this guy who's kind of just awkward, and the writing behind these characters and this particular guy is awkward, but he's kind of got this weird relationship with his bossy mum and stuff. There's these weird dynamics with the relationships, and you can tell that this is the early works of a director. You can't tell that it's the early works of a director who is going to go on to directing fucking Lord of the Rings. Like, it's so bizarre going back and seeing where Peter Jackson started compared to where he went on to after it. There's really, other than a few like key things here and there, there's really no indication that he's headed to, dare I say, respectable status. Because as much as I absolutely love this movie, like, it's way too silly to, like, I don't know. No, that sounds mean. I was about to say that, like, I can't respect it. That's bullshit. I take that back. I respect this movie highly, especially in a do-it-yourself kind of way. Like, this is, like, clearly a passion project. This is clearly something that this one guy wanted to make and somehow got there in that way. This isn't his first movie or anything. He had some experience with a couple other movies, but this is still, like, clearly one of the earlier films. And yeah, you can sense that in the dialogue and all that kind of stuff. Like, this isn't the most well-written film you've ever seen, but you know what? It makes up for that with, like, well, lawnmower, chainsaw stuff going through crowds with a lawnmower, and this one part where a zombie gets his, like, or her, I don't remember, gets, like, their insides taken out, like their guts and all that stuff, but then the guts become zombies themselves, like sentient guts or whatever, that are attacking people as well. Like, it's just zany shit. And it starts off right away, you can tell, with the practical effects going on and stuff. They go to the zoo early on, and there's, like, this diseased fucking rat monkey thing that turns everyone into zombies when it bites them. And you can tell straight away just how far out there this movie is going to go from that beginning with all the practical effects. And it only gets, you know, it only escalates from there. It gets bigger and bigger, crazier and crazier. Like, I'm so impressed by the practical effects in this movie. I'm not like a practical effects fucking expert or whatever. I know fuck all about building props. Like, that's not a thing I've ever done or will do. But man, I gotta give props to the props in this movie. You know, it's awesome. And yeah, that's really what this movie has going for it most. Like the practical effects and just how over the top it goes. Like, it is unapologetic, but it's also very silly, and it's also trying to be very funny. Like, there's this one part where there's a priest character and he like knows karate, and it's like, all right, that's maybe going a little bit far into the too stupid, but I was kind of all in for the ride regardless. I super loved this movie, and I'm kind of mad at everybody who watches my videos for not telling me that I would absolutely love this. I've told you before, I love horror comedy, and yeah, this one did not disappoint when it comes to that genre. Fuck, I loved this movie. I loved it so much. Yeah. One issue, not really an issue, something I loved actually about this movie that's so fucking bizarre though, was like the logic that it kind of went along with. Like, the main character doesn't want to tell anybody that his mum's a zombie because she's the first one that turns into a zombie. So he keeps her around as a zombie, and he's like feeding her and stuff. And then and then she creates like other zombies by biting them. And like, he starts to begin to have like this bigger and bigger collection of zombies who are just kind of living in his house, but he doesn't want to tell anybody, and he keeps it a secret, and he doesn't ask anybody for help. And so like, this weird thing happens where like, it kind of creates tension between him and other people, primarily with the woman that he's in a relationship with in this movie, because also this is kind of a romance movie, but like, he keeps creating tension with this woman because he keeps saying like, go away, I'm busy. Like, secretly he's got to look after his fucking zombie mum or whatever, but he doesn't want to tell her for some reason, I guess because she won't believe it, is the only logic I can really think of. And he fucks things up for himself doing that, and it's hilarious. And I don't know if the logic is supposed to be solid, and Peter Jackson thought that that was the logical action to take, or if he was trying to have that be hilarious. Either way, it is hilarious. Yeah, that's all. This movie's great. I don't want to go on and stuff. This is kind of just like a little filler episode. I was just excited that I watched this movie, so I just wanted to do a quick review. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked it, all that stuff, and do the things which are like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Thanks. And yeah, please, if you haven't seen Braindead, fucking watch Braindead. Oh man, it's brilliant. It's so good.